Everybody knows how much I love pickleball, and now the very popular sport gets the combination of network television, spotlight, Peabody Award-style humor, and celebrity treatment that the sport deserves. And the man who's putting it all together is the 10-time Emmy Award winner and Peabody Award winner and host of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert, the host of Pickled on CBS tonight. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm absolutely carbonated with excitement about tonight's show. I can't wait. I can't believe we finally get to show it to people.
Well, I'm excited to see it because I adore pickleball. I play it every single week. I can't get enough of it, and then just the people that you have put together, and the teams that you've put together, and the humor that you're clearly bringing to it. Why did you? Are you a big avid pickleballer, Stephen Colbert?
Well, Rich, first of all, when people think Stephen Colbert, they think sports. I know that.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
My wife, last Christmas, my wife gave me a pickleball set. And I said, what is it? And she said, all our friends play, we have to play this. And 2 weeks later, the president of my production company, Carrie Bilek, said, hey, Funny or Die wants to partner with us to go to CBS to do a celebrity pickleball charity tournament. Do you know what that is? And I said, yes, I play pickleball now. I love being on the cutting edge of things. And so we know a wave when we see one, and
yes.
You know I love talking about current events. And this is a crossover between sports and what's happening now. And I said, hell yes. Literally the day we went into pitch to CBS, the New York Times had a headline that said, pickleball is ready for prime time.
Indeed, yes. And so I guess this is a pickleball blue court wave. Is that what you're saying that we're seeing on CBS?
Sure. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, very good. And I don't even know where to start, man. So let's start with the national anthem. You and Kenny Loggins are performing the national anthem for this tonight?
Exactly. We go straight through the danger zone, take a right into a corner, and then go center court and sing the national anthem.
In front of...
the guy who got pipes, the man still can bring it.
I bet he can. So, you know, I got to be honest with you. I'm a Caddyshack guy. That's who I think of. That's the movie I think of when I think of Loggins, Stephen. You know, I think of that movie.
I'm boom, boom, boom. I'm all right.
That's it. I think of the dancing chipmunk. Something I never thought I would ever talk about with you.
I will confess to you, a big hole in my knowledge of world culture. I've never seen Caddyshack.
Oh, MG, as the kids might say. Are you serious?
I've never seen The Shawshank Redemption. I've never seen Caddyshack. I've never seen one of the Fast and Furious movies. And what I want to do is I want to sit down and I want to watch. I want to watch Caddyshack. Like, I'd love to watch it with Roger Dangerfield, but of course I can't.
No,
I want to watch it, with the cast. That would be fun.
Yeah, Bill Murray, obviously, still around. Ted Knight, comedic genius, unfortunately no longer with us as well. But
exactly, it's the Caddyshack curse they call it.
It stands the test of time, though. I sort of like pickleball. See how I kind of worked that one back to home here.
That's why you're the pro.
Thank you, sir. So again, you've got the celebrity element. You've got the comedy element.
Emma Watson partnering with Sugar Ray Leonard. It is the craziest partnership I've ever seen, and somehow it works. They are devastating together. And I think the person that's going to shock everybody is. What a vicious competitor Emma Watson is. And I'm not joking.
Emma Watson.
Clearly the best player out there.
Right.
Yeah. Hermione Granger, clearly the best.
Yeah, she's bringing her Hogwarts sort of sensibility to this partnership called the Volley Ranchers. I love some of these team names. Kelly Rowland and Murray Bartlett, who's, Mr. White Lotus. Dink Floyd. I like that one. We had Luis Guzman on my show yesterday, talked about his pairing with Daniel Day Kim called Daniel Day Luis. I love that one.
Yes.
I love that one. They play off their left foot.
Committed to pickleball as Daniel Day Lewis is to staying in character. That was so admirable about them.
They drink
You really believed they were playing pickleball the whole time.
Yes, and they drink the milkshake of Max Greenfield and Jimmy Allen. I'm sure the team Dill I Am. I love it. This is fun. And then you got Bill Raftery to do the analysis as well. That's
onions. You bet. We got Bill Raftery. Bill Raftery, who at times, I will admit,
Yes.
was not entirely clear what was happening on court, but he brought the spirit of sportsmanship and sports broadcasting to the broadcast.
Love the sports coat, too. Outstanding sport coat, Stephen, and we're seeing a photograph of it right now. So how good?
Vertical stripes are very slenderizing.
How good are you at pickleball? How good are you? Seriously.
Listen, I would say on a scale of 1 to 2, I'm a 1.
Come on.
But I'm that close. But I'm that close to being a 2.
Come on now.
Because I think that's the range in pickleball. That the best player in the world is about twice as good as the worst player in the world. And that's what I love about it. Is that there's no real sense of intimidation when you get on the court. It's just a ton of fun. You can get better at it, but there is a limit to how good you need to be pretty darn good at pickleball.
I do love it. I play it seriously every week with my poker buddies, Stephen. We get out there and we're very competitive, and I'm never out of a point.
You gamble?
It's we play for pride, and if pride might put an Andrew Jackson or 5 on it, it's possible.
Sure.
But my nickname when I play, because I never get up on a point, is La Cucaracha. That's what I've been called, Stephen. I figured I'd share that with you because
good. One of my favorite things about pickleball is I love the terminology.
Yep.
I love you know what a flapjack is? Flapjack is a shot that must bounce once before it hit. Basically, it's the serve and the return serve. That's when the ball is the flapjack. And then after the flapjack, a lot of people yell "Opa" because now you're into the third shot and you can start volleying. I love the falafel, which is the weak shot. I love the dink. I love the kitchen.
The kitchen. Got to get you got to be careful of the kitchen though, Stephen. You can't go in it unless the ball bounces in it. I mean, there's a very specific rule, and I don't like. And I here's what I hope that this show can actually bring about, Stephen, is the slander of pickleball, that it's for a certain age group. That it's not really a significant athletic endeavor, that it doesn't give you a workout. It's dynamite. I love it, and I can't wait to see this show on the air.
It's a fantastic sport. It's for all ages, and I'm saying it right now. I'm putting it on the line. It's going to be in the Olympics in Paris in 2024.
And that's because, again, it's going to be part of what you're bringing to the equation tonight at 9 p.m. on CBS, available to stream live and on demand on Paramount Plus. What does the Colbert Cup look like, that this is what they're all battling for this evening, Stephen? What can you tell me?
Without giving too much away, it looks a lot like a karate trophy. And I'm not saying that we left it to the last minute and had a little trouble finding something that was a pickleball trophy.
Yes.
And that karate trophies are readily available in Los Angeles.
Yes.
But if some people mistake it for a karate trophy, I wouldn't blame them.
You may have just made a reference to the only 80s movie that Kenny Loggins did not sing the theme song to, right there, Stephen, if I had to guess. Sure. Right then and there. Just a couple of questions outside of all this that I do have for you. What is it like for you to go to work in the Ed Sullivan Theater every day? My God, what a blessing.
You know what? It's because you're so busy doing the show, you can sometimes forget, but then some days you go out to say hi to the audience, and you look up and you see that extraordinary dome, and you know the history of the place. Or like when you have McCartney on and you realize, oh wow, he's sitting essentially where they played, in the 1960s. It's a complete privilege. It's an honor. It's an honest to God Broadway Theater is the thing. That's what it started at. It was the Hammerstein Theater, and on 1927, in the inaugural show, the very first American performance of an actor named Archie Leach was on that stage. You know him as Cary Grant.
Right.
Literally, like the history of that place is extraordinary.
And now you get to perform there every single night and do a show that the whole country's sitting down to watch, and then obviously you're
that's right. The whole country watches.
It's true, man.
How good the ratings
it's
are.
the true. It's
330 million people every night.
It's the truth, Stephen. It's my job to hype. I'm your hype man right now. And so coming from the Daily Show, when did you first meet Jon Stewart? You got a story on that front? Your first time you ever met him?
First time I met Jon Stewart. First time I met Jon Stewart was when he was announced that he was going to be the host of The Daily Show. Because when it was announced in the press, my wife Evie, it turns out, and I didn't know this, she knew him back from when he was a struggling comic in New York.
Mm-hmm.
She was a struggling actress in New York, and she knew him from I think he was the roommate of the guy her roommate was dating, and so he'd be at some of their parties. And his roommate was a stand-up as well. And when she saw that she showed John's picture, and she went, Jon Leibowitz, he's not funny. and then he goes, his roommate was the funny one. And John says, like, it's true. My roommate was the funny one. I was the guy in the corner nursing an Amstel Light, afraid to talk to anybody. So I didn't meet him, but my wife did. And then when it was announced that, because I'd worked for Craig Kilburn,
mm-hmm.
I'd worked for the original Daily Show.
Right.
And that's really where I learned my love of sports broadcasting with Craig. And when it was announced that John would be the host, I watched that they were about to do this press conference over at Comedy Central, and I wait a second, isn't that something the Daily Show would cover? So I went over there. I just said, hey, can I have a mic and a camera guy? And so I went over there, and I asked a question of the network head, the guy, Doug Herzog. And I said, Doug, Stephen Colbert, The Daily Show, this announcement today of Jon Stewart, how does that impact my chances of being the next host of The Daily Show? And John turned to Doug and said, you said he wasn't funny.
And a friendship was born to the point where he played drums on your show just this past week. So it's a long,
really a love affair at this point.
It is that. And I would have guessed you would have gone back to like Chicago, right? You used to do Second City with Steve Carell. Is that where you met him back in the day too?
Yeah, Carell and I met at Second City. Man. We were on stage there together.
It's unbelievable. That is pretty cool, man. Look, congrats on Pickled, sir. And
Thank you very much. I can't wait for people to see it.
I look forward. So is there going to be a season 2 of Pickled? Is this just one-off? I mean, as you know, pickleball can't just be contained. It is growing. What do you think?
I think this is the start of an empire. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
I'm all in on pickleball.
Well, as long as they could keep making Colbert Cups, I think we can continue it. And it does the proceeds benefit the nonprofit Comic Relief US, correct?
Yes.
That happens as well.
Everybody remembers Comic Relief from back in the day when Whoopi
Robin Williams
and Robin and Billy were up there on HBO for the specials. They've never stopped. People think of them as Red Nose Day now in the United States, but Comic Relief has never stopped. And I really believe this organization that Richard Curtis created, and they distribute hundreds of millions of dollars to children and families in need. And besides the fun we're having, we're going to raise a lot of money for a fantastic cause. And remember, the holidays are coming. Santa is watching. Okay, so get on that good list.
I look forward to that. I look forward to this whole.
Scan that QR code you see on screen, my friend.
I look forward to that, and we'll put it up there as well, best we can.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Stephen Colbert. I appreciate you calling in, and I look forward to all of this, and I look forward to Paul Scheer and Tig Notaro battling it out together. That'll be great. Did she know anybody else there? Because that was one of her Comedy Central shows. I actually was one of those guests. She had no idea who the hell I was when I came out on that program. She had no clue. None.
Don't tell Tig, is that what it is? Or don't ask, I forgot what the name of that show was.
Yeah, I think Under a Rock with Tig
listen,
something like that.
Allen's going to surprise some people. I think Dierks Bentley's going to rock your world.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think you're going to be pretty surprised by the liquid grace of Max Greenfield. It's going to be fantastic. And we also have mystery guests. We have mystery players.
Mystery players.
Got to watch to find out who they are.
Fantastic. Thanks for the call, Stephen Colbert. I look forward to seeing Pickled tonight on CBS at 9 Eastern Time, and you could check it out also on Paramount Plus, which is available right here on Roku. Thanks for the call, sir.
Thank you, Rich.
You bet. At Stephen at Home on Twitter and Instagram right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.